I've got here 1 pound of chicken breast cut up in cubes, 3 packages of the KNORR Italian sides creamy pesto. I had this random pound of chicken hanging around, so I just wanted to use it up, and that is why I'm using 1 pound. You can certainly use much more depending on your family size. I'm just going to go with this 1 pound because it's what I had and I wanted to get rid of it. And I'm using 3 packets. Again, you could use less, you can use more, depending on the size that you're going for. In the skillet, I have some coconut oil and some butter, and that's what I'm going to cook the chicken in. You can use whatever desired amount you want, or any kind of oil you want, butter, margarine, it's up to you. My brother had a dinner fundraiser where he had used these little butter packets at the tables, and he had a bunch left over, so he just gave me a bag full, and that's what I've been using up to cook. And the coconut oil, I bought these at Trader Joe's. They're just little packages of coconut oil, but again, use the desired amount that you like. Get that chicken nice and coated. You certainly can opt out the butter or the coconut oil and just use one of them. I just like the mixture of it together. I'm going to season it with some black pepper, some garlic powder. Again, this is all to your desired amount. There's no specific amount to add. Onion powder, same thing. That little toss. It smells so good already. I also like to add some white pepper. Totally optional. You certainly don't have to season it as much as I am. I just like to punch a lot of flavor. You can certainly just do salt and pepper if you'd like. I definitely add the garlic. I just think garlic adds such great flavor to any dish. Now you could use salt. I barely cook with salt. I like to use chicken bouillon. But again, you don't have to. I just like the flavor and a little bit of color it gives. I don't really think it's any much healthier than just using salt. It's just what I prefer to use. And just let that finish cooking up in all that tasty goodness. Okay, now you're going to start preparing the pasta. Using butter and margarine in these pasta packets are optional. I always use it, but because I have the coconut oil and the butter that I cooked up the chicken with, I am going to replace it with that instead of adding what the package directions are. So then you'll just cook this up to package directions. All right, now that you have your pasta cooked up, you're going to take your chicken and add all that in. Now, if you don't want to use all the butter and oil, you can certainly omit that. We just like a lot of flavor in this house. Probably not the healthiest choice, but now once you got it all mixed together and it's been blending for just a few minutes, you're going to turn off the heat and just let this sit for a little while, just so it can thicken up a little. Okay, here's the kicker to this whole meal. I opened up this jar of Alfredo sauce the other day that I needed for something else that I was making, and I still have about 3/4 of a jar full. You can certainly use half a jar, the whole jar, leftover, whatever it is that you got. What I'm going to do with this is I am going to pour it into this dish. This one is creamy mozzarella, but you can use any one, 4 cheese, garlic, parm, any kind you want. This just happens to be the one that I have. So now I'm going to add that in. Turn on my heat. Now, if your pasta comes out where it's a little watery, I wouldn't add water to this jar to get out the rest of it. But of course, if you found that your pasta dried up a little with the sauce, you can certainly add some water to that jar to get the rest of that out. Mix this all together. Let it go just for a little bit. Again, just for some thickness. And there you go. Voila. If you give this a try, let me know what you think of it. I ended up scooping up the rest of what was in that jar with a smaller spatula, added it all up in there. This is so creamy. It is so good. Definitely give this a try.